So again, we are staying in this incredible tiny house that was made by a person, not a company. He designed it himself. It's fantastic. I love this little house. And as I walk through and I explain what it is that I think makes it really great and the few things that I think I would tweak if I was going to live in it full time, keep that in mind. I am not criticizing the design. I'm not saying that it's not a fantastic tiny house. What I am saying is that for any house, it's important to take design into account. But for a tiny house, it is the most important thing that will allow you to be happy with your family, happy with your property. Everything really depends on design in a tiny house. And so there's just a couple tiny things that I'd like to change about it. But you are so severely limited in a tiny house that there may just be some things that you can't change. You have to kind of pick the things that are the most important to you and put those in, and maybe find a way to work around not having certain things by playing with your outside space. I love this for a vacation spot, and I think I would love it to live in with one minor adjustment. I would like to have a couch. And so I love that they have this table here. I love that there are small bits of space so that everything isn't just crammed full. And what I would do, we're about to pull these sheets off, so forgive me. What I would maybe do is raise this bunk just a little bit and use this space as something of a couch, because I do love to cuddle with my kids in a space that is not my bed when they're dirty. And I would probably find some way to cover this so that the kids' sheets and everything were staying clean. Because that's the thing, is kids play hard, and because kids play hard, you don't really want them in your bed when they haven't already had a shower yet. So I absolutely love this tiny house. I love the details that are so usable. A handle here was very necessary. A handle there was very necessary. And look at all the cute little shelving. And in here they have the little bookshelf so that you could read. I mean, the details are so important, and they have thought of all the details here. They have a fan for the bathroom, which is very important to get moisture out. They have a beautiful sink. It has such an interesting way of letting the water flow. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? They have their composting toilet, which they have their sawdust in here. And then they have the urine diverter in the front, and then the solid waste would go in the back. So that's very handy. And then they have this barn-style door that you can put a bathrobe on, you can hang your towels on, and it slides past the side of the composting toilet. So we did see, I don't know if they did this just to add to the level of feeling good and luxury and everything, or if it was necessary in this particular cabin. But they have little fans everywhere. They have one fan here blowing onto this bed. They have the main fan that moves there, and then they have a fan right up, let's see if I can get my finger, right up there for the upstairs. And Georgia does get pretty warm, so it would make sense to me to have a lot of fans hung. They do have the mini split system upstairs that heats and cools, and then down here they also have a separate heater. I don't know if that means that it doesn't have a lot of insulation in it, or just because it's just necessary. There's a lot of windows in here. It's very pretty and open with all these windows, but I wonder if maybe we lose some heating and cooling through those windows. It's a possibility. There's my kids out there looking for more lures for their fishing poles and the beautiful pond. They have a nice fridge. Again, I like that they have a desk here so you have somewhere separate to work besides the eating table. And they have a nice oven and a nice cooktop that has plenty of space. So I really, really, really like this design. So if you would like to stay in this particular cabin, which we had so much fun in, it is let's see, make sure I get it right. I just know the road that it's on. So on Facebook, it's P Ridge tiny houses. That's where you find them. They're in Georgia. And we found them on Airbnb, but it's Pea Ridge Tiny Houses. Because I believe, I know some of these pull out. Yeah, this rearranges so that you can pull it out to make it a real table. So it is important to stay in a tiny house before you commit to living in one. This loft is wonderful. It's a great loft. And the bunk beds have lots of little nooks and crannies. What I have seen about this particular cabin is that the sleeping arrangements are pretty ideal. The living arrangements are a little difficult because there's the bunk beds downstairs. There's no couch, and so I've noticed that the girls want to come up here to this bedroom and hang out, even though it's pretty functional.
Are you filming this from bed? Is that suggested?
I know. I'm just that kind of girl. Again, you'll see there's no place to sit. There are, you know, these chairs here, which you could sit in, but unless you're working at the table, it seems like they're a little bit,
not in that.
kind of makes for jerky walking. And so this is, because this is a kitchen space, there's no room for the girls to go except up. With 4 people in here, there's always somebody standing in the way. And so this is very reminiscent of the RV. It's longer than the RV, but it's and it functions better than the RV as far as like the appliances and everything's very sturdy. But it functions like the RV in that only one person can be in the kitchen at a time, and everybody else would have to just get out of the house.
On Paige's bed.
But I think once Dad has his clothes on, we should ask him to go take you fishing. So we just came into Georgia, and this is the first time we've had to wear jackets and really feel like we needed them.
Turn on the heater.
And we have the heater on. We've never had the heater on in this car, I don't think. Have we?
Very brief moments, maybe.
It must be in the 60s. We're dying here.
No, 51.
It's 51.
Frigid.
We're freezing to death.
Yeah,
We're excited to go and see. Are we allowed to say names?
Let's hold off. We don't know.
Okay.
We're going to go see some of you wonderful fans in Georgia.
And we stayed at not a bed and breakfast. It felt like a bed and breakfast, but it wasn't a bed and breakfast. But the sheets were really nice. They had a bathtub. The walls were pink. Every girl in this car thought the pink walls were amazing. And it was really fun. So thank you so much. For finding that place for us, because it was really nice. And we are on our way to the tiny house.
Like a honeymoon place.
It was almost like a honeymoon place. It was pretty nice. We're on our way to the tiny house convention in Georgia to see if there's anything amazing that
1,000 feet. Take the exit towards St. Mary's Road.
Hi, Gina. Thanks for piping in.
Because it would be exciting to see if people have come up. Since we visited so many tiny houses, it's going to be exciting to see. There has to be something new and interesting out there to look at that makes tiny houses worth the price that is being asked, and to make it comfortable for people to actually live in them instead of just using them as like a little cabin for a few days. So that's what we're really hoping to see when we get there, and we'll talk to you later.
Hills. Sit down. Actually, I had to pull down a gear.
get the dogs food and water. I'll take the girls and get them in actual bed. I like this ladder system. I even have a little utility closet. Right. Bathroom. Towels, I like that. And I like they have a fan. We haven't seen a lot of others with that. Let's see if it's composting or real. Composting. That's cool. All right. We're good to go. Cute little place. So, we'll see how we like it. Cupboard space. Cupboard space. Hey, Squirt. You cold? It's cold, huh? Think you can figure out where everything goes in the fridge?
How do I put them down? They're crazy heavy.
So why don't you put them down?
Usually I would be
Looks like bananas can just sit out like this. I think so. Okay, so bananas can stay out, but the milk needs to go in the fridge. So you don't need to bring it up. It just needs to go in the fridge. Good job. Do you want to go tell Kai to come in?
She's asleep.
Okay, I'm going to go up and get a video of the pretty upstairs. Oh, as I'm trying to look for a handhold. Okay, got little nooks and crannies up here. Light switch, another handhold.
There's Pepsi.
Super, super cute bed. With a television and a fan. Oh my goodness, they've made this so stinking cute.
And I'm gonna sleep up top.
Are ya?
Yeah. I like how I can have the lower one too.
Okay, so take off your jacket and let's hang it up. It looks like they thought of everything. Okay, and leave your shoes there at the bottom.
So
Let's get your apron off.
So are we gonna be visiting the people?
And take off your overalls too. I think you'll sleep better without all the buckles.
I know. But can I wear them?
Huh?
Now? Can I wear my overalls?
Yeah, you can. But I don't think you want to sleep in them tonight.
I know.
And then we've got Mom's clothes. We've got Peter's. Okay, just put the latch back together, and that way you can hang it all up on the same.
I like doing that.
Come on, honey. It's warm in here. Come. Come on. We got the heat on. I'm just going to have you... Can you grab her a pull-up?
Paige, did you still have the pull-up? Kaya's pull-up in your bag?
Yeah.
Okay, take off your sweater. I'll stick you in bed. Okay, I want you to go potty. Okay? Can you see the bathroom? I know you're sleepy. Go potty for me, and then I'll just put you straight to bed, okay? Okay, under the blanket, honey.
Hold on.
Take off your dirty socks, please.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. One thing we've noticed is that a lot of the places we've stayed that are really cute, they don't take privacy into account. And a lot of times dads like to wander around in their underwear. Huh, Paige?
Especially ours.
Yeah, especially ours. So I love that they have curtains
So do I.
And they have so much personality. Paige, you come show the sticks that they have that are actually the curtain rods. Can you see them? Okay, did the red box make it in so everybody can brush their teeth? Hey, Paige. Look at me.
I'm feeling a little scared because I'm...
Well, don't look too far over.
Well, I've already fallen off a top bunk, so that's why I'm a little scared of heights.
I love that they have the books under here. Every bunk has something different. Doesn't yours have decorations like little vases and stuff?
Yeah, mine has a little vase.
Did you want to show your bunk?
Yeah.
I'll drop it.
So I have a nightlight, power switch, a little vase, a nice little vase, and I got curtains. And I got a kind of bowl. There's a nice little step here for Mom and Dad. Fan, so I can turn it on. No books, but I think they were really good on designing.
Dad, while you're there, do you mind turning off those lights?
Of the antelope hunt in Wyoming. Don't believe a word he says. His account of the trip will be nothing but lies, and designed to put all blame on me. I am rushing this letter off to you by area, and once he was safely on the other side, signal for me to drive over. I couldn't help but be amused by his use of the old checking it out ploy.
Why was he so scared?
You would have expected